finish. Last year we was there and we didn't finish. The year before we got there and finished. So we want to bring the ball back.
Believing in each other.
Well, we want to go in history. You know, we want to be the first team to go undefeated and pick in history. You know, win the state title too.
Game time. Road to the Rock starts now.
Every team in the state of Mississippi had the same goal, and that was to get here to the Rock at Southern Miss for the state championships. Just 12 were able to do that, and
6 of them actually had local ties. So
6 of them had local ties, so that kept us busy for sure. This is the final edition of Game Time. We are at the Rock.
Very sad. Very sad. It's our last edition.
It's a little bittersweet.
It feels like it was just August.
It feels like it was just August. And these teams have been practicing not only since August, they've been practicing all summer to get to this point. That includes Taylorsville. The Tartars were in this game last year and they fell, so they wanted to come back and avenge that loss. Let's take a look at how Taylorsville did against Northside. The Tartars back in the title game for the second time in 3 years, and all they want for Christmas is a state championship. This year they have that guy, Mr. Football, Ty Keys, in uniform. Northside comes into its first state title unbeaten, and the Gators would get on the board first. It's Jatarius Moore finding Justin Hudson for the touchdown. 6-0 Gators. But on the ensuing kickoff, it's Tyrese Keys of Taylorsville returning it all the way to the house, and the Tartars go right back on top, 7-6. Now Ty Keys going to show off that arm that threw for over 3,500 yards and 41 touchdowns this season. Jalen Clark comes down with it for the first down. And then Jeffrey Pittman up the gut to put the Tartars up 21-12. And now Taylorsville is rolling like they have all season. Another rushing touchdown, this time a quarterback keeper by Ty Keys. And the Tartars led 28-12 at halftime.
Just hard work. We got a great group of kids. All I got to do is drive the bus, man. Just get them to the game.
Work ethic is a big thing with us. We come in late May, work our butts off all through the summer. And coach tell us that the more times that you work, good things will come through for you.
The Gators held Ty Keys and his passing game in check early, so the Tartars turned to their 2 bruising running backs, Jeffrey Pittman and Travis Keys, combined for 2,000 yards rushing this season. They added 197 more and 5 touchdowns Saturday.
I felt like our O-line was key. I mean, they blocked their tails off after they adjusted to their speed. You know, their speed was giving us issues early the first couple series, but we adjusted our speed and then we was able to run the football.
Well, when it first started out, it used to be a little rough, but we got into it. So, you know, we worked things out.
We're a great team, and we all come together as one. It's never just one individual. We all come together to play as a team, and that's why we're the best team in 2A.
That's been the case for a few years now. Taylorsville's lost just 3 games in 3 seasons. And for Mitch Evans, who quarterbacked the Tartars to 2 state titles in the 90s, he's a part of his first as the head coach.
Coach Mitch, he's been around this game very long. We really appreciate him taking the time out to work with us, film study, weight room, everything. I really appreciate him.
I hadn't really set in yet, I don't guess. You know, I guess it'll set in later on, but I'm just proud for our team, man. We have a great group of guys, great coaching staff. It's a total team effort, man.
And in the Class 4A state championship, neither the Poplarville Hornets or the Cornwall Warriors had won a state title. That, of course, is going to change today. Let's take a look at those highlights. Poplarville back in the state championship for the 3rd time in just 4 years, facing first-timers Cornwall out of the north. The Hornets were 1-4 at one point, but won 8 out of 9 to get here. They trailed by a touchdown early before Chase Shears took this handoff around the left side, evening things up at 7. Shears had 154 yards rushing today, but Poplarville had trouble stopping the Warriors. Dontavius Sheffield takes the direct snap and finds an open field for a first down. He had 220 yards on the ground. Later in the drive on 4th and goal, Dontavius Sheffield flips to Tamron Patterson, who shoves a tackler and dives for one of his 3 touchdowns. Cornwith puts up 553 yards of offense in a 55-21 win. Hornets finished the year 9-6.
We played our tails off all year. It got us to this point. We played our tails off today, and we lost. So sometimes that happens. But I'm proud of them today as if in a loss, and then if we'd have won the game. We just want to win one. You know, we're tired of just getting here. We want to win one, and you know, it just didn't work out for us today.
You know, just to start 1-4 and to battle back and get here. You know, we've been through adversity with the injuries, and I'm so blessed to just have these boys. I'm so proud of them. Even though we didn't get the outcome we wanted, we won in my heart, and I'm proud of my team.
Coach Beach definitely building something special down there in Poplarville. Don't go anywhere. We got a lot more game time coming at you, including the Class 5A state championship. All right, welcome back to Game Time. We're at the Rock here. This might have been the game of the weekend. West Point, 3-time defending state champs, taking on unbeaten Picayune in Class 5A. The Maroon Tide trailed 21-7 in the second quarter before Cameron Thomas exploded for a 73-yard touchdown run. Their bell cow came in with over 3,300 yards rushing this season. And the very next Green Wave possession, it would be intercepted by Jalen Hall, and he takes it all the way back for the pick six. All of a sudden, in a matter of less than a minute, it's a 21-20 game. Second half, though, West Point does what, well, West Point does. Brandon Harris with a tough touchdown run. The Green Wave pounded out and get a 38-26 win. That's their 4th straight national state championship. Although they might compete for the national title as well as they play. That's the 11th overall for West Point.
And recapping Friday's action, Jeff Davis finished off a remarkable run in 2019. After a 2-6 start, the Jaguars reeled off 8 straight wins to capture their 2nd state championship in 3 years. It's the 10th time a gold football travels back to Bassfield.
You know, whether it's me or my assistant coaches or anybody else, that's the foundation of our program. And these guys definitely made such a huge mark in what it's all about to be a Jeff Davis County Jaguar.
I mean, we've been through so much this season. It means a lot to get on this, play on this stage, man, and win. And I just love my teammates, man. I love this team, bro.
Oak Grove looked as if it was going to extend its magical run to 9 straight wins, up 21-3 over Oxford at halftime Friday, on the cusp of the school's 2nd state title. But the Chargers scored 28 unanswered points in the second half to wreck the Warriors in the 6A championship.
You know, they got to the edge a couple of times on us. You know, so, you know, they did a heck of a job with that and just kind of outnumbered us with a little bit more size than we had. And we had a hard time getting off of some blocks, but you know, they did a great job. You know, we didn't block as well. You know, missed a couple of cuts, and you know, we just didn't execute as well as we did the first half.
Mr. Football Robert Henry scored on the first play from scrimmage, but Lumberton couldn't muster much offense as Nanawaya bullied its way to a 2nd straight state title. The Panthers will return in 2020 from a 12-5 season with a lot of key guys still in school.
We do, and like I told the kids, you know, like some of us can go to basketball, some of us go to baseball, and that's okay. We want to do that. But when you come back to football, you better be ready, because our goal is to get back here and our goal is to win it. And you know, if this didn't leave a taste in your mouth, I don't know what will.
All right, don't go anywhere, guys. We will have some college football for you. We'll see how Alcorn State did in the SWAC title. All right, welcome back to Game Time here. Alcorn State looking for their 2nd straight SWAC title, and they would get it with a 39-24 win over Southern University. You see Trey Turner running in for a touchdown run, so Alcorn State wins the SWAC championship.
And over in the SEC Championship, the LSU Tigers taking on the Georgia Bulldogs. Joe Burrow, with an impressive game, sets the SEC record with 48 touchdowns this season. The final from Georgia, 37-10 LSU.
Some more SEC news. Ole Miss will be having a new head football coach. Lane Kiffin is the new leader of the Rebels. He's won 2 Conference USA titles with FAU since 2017, including today. The Owls dominated UAB 49-6. All right, to recap the season here, it's been a great season, Lexi.
It really has, and you get invested in these students, and you get invested in these teams, these coaches, and we really are so lucky that this is our job to spend the season covering high school football, and it's been so much fun. It really has.
It's been a lot of fun, and we always love doing it here at The Rock. We love having it at our home base. Thank you all for joining us all season long. We're going to send you off with some of the best highlights from an awesome season. We'll see you all next year.